Hello, my name is Jackson Herman. Today I'm going over how I'm going to get better at public speaking. These two chapters, I took away a lot. It actually helped me a lot, gave me hope to become better at public speaking. And I think that through breaking fear and practice, public speaking can become easy. And I truly think that. I learned that public speaking is a skill. A skill means that you have to practice it and become good at it. And just a little introduction of myself. As a kid, I was never shy. I think that's because I was surrounded by other kids that opinions didn't affect my life in any way. But now that I'm older, I'm working with adults, I'm being treated like an adult, I'm expected to act like an adult. And these adults, these impressions that I have on them affect my life, affect my job, affect everything. So the first thing that I learned I need to do is talk more. The problem with public speaking is, for me, fear. And if I didn't have that fear, the problems that come with it wouldn't be there in the first place. And what I mean by that is I don't want to be judged as unintelligent. I don't want to be judged as inappropriate. I don't want to be judged as immature and nervous, awkward, shy. All that comes from being scared. If I was confident in myself, what I have to say, that wouldn't be an issue. And I say that because how I am, I'm reserved. So when I do join into a conversation, what I have to say is usually necessary to say, but my lack of confidence in that may project what I have to say in the wrong way, and it may not come across the way I want it to come across. And I fully believe that you can say the same thing many different ways and people can take it different ways. I want to, when I say something and I want somebody to hear what I have to say, I want to make sure that I'm in control of them hearing it the way I want them to hear it. And that's by saying it the way I want to say it. Confidence. I need to gain the confidence. A big thing that I learned from chapter 1 is a oral style. So if there's, for example, let's say there's me and my buddy, his friend comes, somebody I'm not sure of, I don't know, then I tend to be more reserved, maybe stay back in the conversation, interject awkwardly every now and then. But I think that with this oral style, it's going to help a lot. And what I mean by oral style, what I'm going to try to do is have a universal style that I talk to everybody unless they're closer to me, my relatives, my friends, that, I can be comfortable being myself with. I don't have to be quote unquote professional around. Big thing, respect, maturity, intelligent. Just make sure that I'm hitting all the bullet points of not being able to be judged in any sort of negative way, not having a bad impression on anybody. Taken seriously is a big thing. I want to be taken seriously. I don't want to be taken as a joke. So with this oral style of respect and being confident in knowing I'm not crossing any lines that's going to make people feel any certain type of way, I get to stay engaged in the conversation. What that also does is, while I'm engaged in the conversation with the person, one, I'm saying more intelligent things, not random things. I'm not trying to change the topic to something that I know about. And two, I'm getting more comfortable with that person. And as I start to loosen up to them, I'm able to adjust how I act. I can become myself a little more, but in an appropriate way. I can tile it down to a way that leaves a good impression on them, because impression's everything. Practice. Practice makes perfect. Especially when it comes to writing speeches. I kind of liked how they broke it down in almost an essay format in chapter 2. I think that was a very good thing that helped me out. So my first thing is I got to make clear, intelligent points. That's a good thing that I learned. Learning audiences is also a huge thing that I didn't even think about. I always thought that the audience there was kind of put in that position they were wanting to be there, but that's not always the case. I could be reading to younger people, speaking to younger people. I could be speaking to religious people. I could be speaking to motivate people. I could be selling a product to a group of people. I could be speaking to a group of bosses. Maybe this is my speech to, get a new job, a better job, a promotion. So learning audience is a huge thing that I never thought about, and I learned that when I write a speech, I need to write the speech around the audience. And not necessarily my points on the speech, but what I say in it, my tone of voice, what I say and how I make it come across. And also, a huge thing that is helping me, that I've seen through the videos that I've taken, saying this speech, is improvement of myself. I think videotaping is a great tool that I never thought of using. A couple things that it does for me is over time I start to correct myself. For example, right now I know that I'm doing things better than I did in my first video, and I feel more confident in that. So with that confidence, over time, you'll be looking back at a video. Your first couple, you got to correct a bunch of things. Maybe a couple months down the road, there's not many things I have to correct, and that comes from confidence. And while I watch that video and I see that I did good in my speech, I become more confident, and it becomes a snowball effect that rolls off of each other. So if I'm confident in giving a speech, I give a good speech. And then when I see that I give a good speech, I become more confident, and all that leads to is bigger and better speeches. But just to sum it up, these first two chapter takeaways gave me a good perspective on mainly this isn't a personality trait, this is a skill, and I will learn the skill. And in the future, it's a very important skill to have. Businesses, employers, impressions. And I'm excited to see how much better I get at public speaking, and I'm excited to read the next couple chapters. Thank you.